We use three materials to make carpets. This is wool, cotton and silk. It's these three fibers that put them together. So when you're looking at a weave, you'll find these lines going down and you'll find lines going across. The vertical and horizontal lines, this is referred to the skeleton. And on a finished example, if you want to know what it is, you simply look at the fringe or the tassel.
Okay.
Sometimes people say, turn the back, look at the back, look at the knots. There's nothing in the back except the back. So the fringe or the tassel will determine what these lines are. They don't sit like this. There's actually two rows. So if you open it up, you see lines in the back. You notice that? So what the she does to put the knot in, she'll grab one from here, one from there. She'll open up like a V shape and she'll produce what we call a Turkish knotting technique, which is called a Gordian knot. Okay, at bakalım düğüm.
A Gordian knot.
That's right. You see one, two, together, down, and then cuts it. Bir daha yavaş yavaş. See, there's a thread. She goes in between, around the other, in between, together, down, and then cuts it.
Oh, that's slow.
Yeah, so you guys can see. So what she's actually doing, she's looping it like this. You see, that's the double knot that she's using right there. Now, if you've heard of Oriental Persian carpets, they use a technique called a center knot, which has only one loop, like this, and one in this left free. This is called a center knot, that you can see right there. With the Turkish knotting technique, it's actually two loops that goes in the base of the carpet, to give you a better idea, just like that. That's the double knots that we use, okay? Now once she puts the row of knots in, she will put the horizontal line in. The horizontal line goes in between the one on the front, one on the back, all the way across. Then the back and front change places, and then she comes back again. And this acts like a locking mechanism, which keeps the knots and these vertical lines combined together. Atkıyı atabilirsin aşağı. Watch, there's the horizontal line that she puts in. And that horizontal line that she's putting in there needs to be compressed, and it's done by the help of a cone-like figure we call a kirkit. You see that?
Okay.
The harder she hits, the tighter it becomes. So for her to hit it hard and make it tight, what do? We put the picture of her husband in front of her. We don't. Look at this. You notice that? Forcing everything down. And then you see the long ends, they need to be trimmed, and it's done by the help of a scissors, which is shaped differently, and two hands are required to give you an accuracy of a cut, okay? So technically, row of knots, horizontal line, compress down, then she'll start cutting it just like that. And that's giving you the pile of the carpet right there. This is done line by line by line by line. Now, if you're wondering how long it takes carpets to be made, carpets can be produced anywhere from a month, month and a half, up to about 12 to 13 years. This is depending on the size, material, and number of knots per square inch. This is a wool-on-wool one. Less colors, the thicker the yarn that you can see. The far end one is cotton and wool. See, it's cotton in the base, white, but there's a lot of colors, intricacy to the design, and the small ones are the pure silk-on silk ones. Look, these are the silk ones. We have a look over here. Look at these guys. That's the pure silk. And this one takes about 1.5 to 2 years to make. And if you hear stories of people who are the age of 12, 13, or 14 because they have small fingers or keen eyesights, that's baloney. We don't have such thing. I mean, you try to tell me how you can get a 12, 13, or 14-year-old girl to sit away from Facebook for 15 minutes? Can you do it? No. How is she going to sit in front of the Louvre 2 years? So it sounds illogical, and people will try to misguide you on that. Don't be, okay? Well, you do get the wrong colors in the wrong place. See, this is the design. That's what she follows. It's actually quite simple to follow. Once you know how to loop the carpet and cut it and everything, you start following this. See, for example, every square is a knot, but every little square is one of these guys. Okay? So if she's putting the yellow in there, she'll count from there to there, and it could be like 15 spots. So 15 of these, and picks the one in the front and back, loops it with that color, goes down and cuts. Quite simple.
When you start, you must be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Correct. You see, on that carpet, you see these little red spots that she has on top?
Okay.
That's her markers. She will keep those markers so she knows where she needs to put what. That's one of the reasons they'll have markers on there. Some girls don't put them, some do. But the ones who are professional and they want to get that carpet correctly, closest to as perfection as possible, they will put markers on there. So those markers, they're not like colored on there, they're movable. See, look. These guys move up and down. See?
So you move a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay.
İşaretliyorsun değil mi bunları?
Şunları işaretledim.
See? That's the ends right there. You see where she's putting them there? She's saying it's these lines in between. That's why we put them there so we know where we are.
Oh. She's doing that so fast.
Ooh, she smells chicken.
Yeah.
Now, as for silk, we're number 2 in the world for farming silk. Have you ever seen how it's done? Have you seen how silk is obtained from a cocoon? Joe, want to see it?
Yeah.
So we'll go over there. Gel bakalım. Gel. Tavuğum benim. Gel.